Hi everyone. So we had some nice rain yesterday. Thankfully the winds were not too high. Still a bit windy today. But today I would like to remember my dad and also the lessons he taught me, the life lessons. So he used to take me to go and visit his friends in their shops. Uncle Amato Bahadu, Uncle Ibrahim Bahadu, and Uncle Surendra Laxman and Auntie Charlotte. We used to take me to go talk to them about the faith, about the Christian faith and how they must believe in Jesus. And then when he passed away, all his friends were very upset. I think for me, I didn't understand what they were doing to him. I didn't understand what death was. I didn't understand why they were taking him and burying him. And so I used to go and visit them. I used to go to make sure they were okay. I used to go and check up on them. I used to go to their shop, talk to them, see if they were okay. Sometimes they used to cry. Even when I went home, I said it was 6 years, but it wasn't. It's almost 8 years now since I went home. I went home, I think, in 2017. And Uncle Amato was very, very sick. But when he saw me, he started crying. He recognized my face. Mr. and Mrs. Harry took me to see him at his house because he was housebound. He stopped going out. And even Uncle Kasim, Uncle Kissy, we used to call him. They were all my dad's friends. I went to see all of them. And it used to comfort them when I used to come. Uncle Raman, Vina's dad, my friend Vina, her dad, they were all happy when I went home and I visited them and their families. So the values you teach your children when they're young are very important. And I was small when my dad died. I was tiny, but I know how much he meant to his friends. And people never used to come visit us. That's the sad part, because it used to upset them remembering him and remembering all the memories. So that's the sad part. We got left out, we got excluded, and we needed that support from the community, just like now. Doesn't mean that because we educated and we trying to change things, trying to end racism, that we don't need that support. We do. And we need people from there to fight and take seriously what's happening to me. Because there's no reason I should be removed from reading on the schedule at church. If I can say the rosary before Mass, I can read at Mass. And I've read for big occasions. Father Larry used to get me to read for all the Good Friday services, all of the Easter services, all of the Christmas services. So I'm perfectly capable. Everyone makes mistakes. Even Father Larry makes mistakes. And if these priests who are coming to our parish think they're perfect, they need to think again, because they're not. They're not. But I thought of all my dad's friends today, and I remember them in my prayers. Some of them are deceased now. Not all of them are alive. And they're not all Christian. But my dad used to tell them about Jesus and how Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life, and how they have to believe in him. And there are many Muslims who do believe in Jesus. They might not say it openly, but they do. They do. And even all these companies that did me down, the Muslims and the Hindus are the ones who are fighting for me now. Because we Christians don't get any rights in Canada. We don't. They're the ones who are going to the companies now and telling them she's not going to come back to you unless you treat her properly, give her accommodation. They're all doing it for me, and they will continue to do it, because they know without the Christians, there would be no human rights. Without the artists like Sting and Bruce Springsteen and Bob Geldof and all the musicians that stood up and used the music to change things, there would be no human rights. Even all these groups like the Delphonics, you think the police brutality and police intimidation stopped in the 60s and the 50s? It didn't. I've gone through it here in Canada. I've gone through it. They have no respect that when you're coming to the police station, you're probably going to be anxious. You're probably going to be feeling afraid. Who wouldn't be? Because you don't know what to expect when you're going there. And then on top of that, you get a police officer like Officer Constable Summers threatening to arrest you when you're telling him that I got an apology from the airport and the airport told me to report this. So I mean, whose authority do you listen to? If the airport tells you to do something, surely you do it. It's discrimination. They need to train their police force on discrimination. And even these tellers here at City Market and Metro, why are they calling the police when I go shopping? When these Muslims and Hindus and everybody go to the food banks, they go like 10 times. They even have to tell them you can only come in once to get what you want, and you can't take 10 bags of rice and 10 bags of our baked beans or whatever. You need to take one of each, because it's not only for you, it's for everybody. I'm not even going to the food bank. I'm going there and I'm paying for what I need for my monthly expenses. So obviously sometimes I go, like I'm counting the days now. The last time I went was 2 weeks ago. I'm going to count it. If they say anything to me, I'll say, do you want me to come in here and shop or not? Because I'm sick of it. They called the police when I went to City Market to get my groceries. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. All the countries are becoming poor and turning to poverty and all that. Why? Because they followed communism. They followed communism with the World Economic Forum. And they elevated all the Muslims. The Muslim religion is not like ours. It's not like ours. And if you don't believe me, talk to the Muslims themselves. Talk to the Hindus themselves. They believe in a caste system. They believe that, oh, if you have money, you're good. If you don't have money, you're not good. God is punishing you. We don't believe in all that. We don't. And my father's friends know it. They know it. Before he died, he told all of them, just like I'm telling all my friends, Jesus is the only way. He is the only way. And he's the king of this universe. He's the prince of this planet. Don't think he doesn't see what's happening to me, including what the police do to me and being falsely reported missing. They don't know. Till today, they don't know who reported me missing. It's not a joke. They want to talk about victims and threats. Pierre Poilievre wants to talk about victims and threats made against people. He must take it for the police as well. Threats against the public by the police. They also need to be watched. This country is under a human rights watch because of how workers are getting treated in the workplace. Not only at Teleperformance, people reported Teleperformance, but also the farm workers, how people are being treated in general. The Christians are not being treated with respect, and I'm not being treated with respect as a spiritual director. I should be the first one to get my Good Friday off, to get my Easter off, to get my Christmas off, to be scheduled to read. I should be the first one. And if I make mistakes, they should make allowances. You think they don't make mistakes on the altar? They do. Father Peter Taroni knows me. He also used to like to get me to read. If he calls me and says, come read at my parish, I'll go. Or the Basilians. I'll go. I did a lot of volunteering in this country. I helped with Out of the Cold downtown. I helped organize movie nights. I helped at St. Newman's Parish. I helped at St. Basil's. I didn't only help at Blessed Sacrament. I've done a lot. So how come I can't get a position in the church? It's discrimination. That's what it is.